Okay, this is section 10.1, practice and problem solving on page 702. Numbers 23 through 43 odds. Number 23, a bicycle has tires with a diameter of 26 inches. Find the radius and circumference of a tire round to the nearest hundredth if necessary. So if our diameter is 26 inches, our radius is half of that, so 13 inches. Our circumference is given by the formula 2 pi r, where 2 times the radius is the diameter, so we can also write this as diameter times pi, where our diameter is 26 inches, so 26 pi would be our answer in exact form. We're going to round this to the nearest hundredth, so 26 times pi gives us approximately 81.68. Number 25, find the diameter and radius of a circle with the given circumference, round to the nearest hundredth. So for number 25, circumference equals diameter times pi. So if our circumference, if we substitute in what we're given for that, which is 124, and that's equal to diameter times pi, then we're going to solve this equation for diameter by dividing both sides by pi. So pi cancels out on this side, and we're left with the diameter equals 124 divided by pi, which is approximately 39.47. So 39.47 feet. And our radius is half of that. So half of the diameter, half of 39.47, which is approximately 19.74 feet. And we're going to go ahead and skip number 27. We would just apply the same principles there. For number 29, find the exact, keyword exact. So we're going to leave our answer in terms of pi, or we're going to leave radicals in our answer. If they show up, we don't want to have any irrational numbers. Well, I'm sorry, pi is an irrational number, but we don't want to round our irrational numbers. So find the exact circumference of each circle by using the given inscribed or circumscribed polygon. So we have an inscribed triangle, inscribed because it's on the inside of the circle. It is isosceles because it has two congruent sides. So a right triangle that is isosceles will always be a 45, 45, 90, because the angles must add up to 180, which they do. Our leg is 6 squared of 2. So this side would be 6 squared of 2. And our hypotenuse, remember from our special right triangle section, is the leg times the square root of 2. So 6 squared of 2 times the square root of 2, where the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is just 2. So we have 6 times 2, or 12 feet. And that would be our diameter. So find the exact circumference. So the circumference, which is 2 pi r, which we can also write as just diameter times pi, would be 12 times pi. 12 times pi feet. And we want an exact answer, so we are not going to use a calculator. We are not going to take 12 times pi. We're just going to leave it as 12 pi. On number 31, if I make my diagonal here, which would be the diameter of the circle, why didn't that show up? There it is. Okay. So we have this rectangle. So right angle, legs of 8 and 6, and we want to find the hypotenuse. So A is 8, B is 6, find C, use Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus B squared equals hypotenuse squared. 8 squared is 64 plus 6 squared is 36 will be equal to C squared, hypotenuse squared. So that is 100 is equal to C squared. So to find C, we take the square root. C is equal to 10. So if C is equal to 10, that's our diameter. So our diameter is 10 inches. Our circumference is diameter times pi, or 10 pi inches. Exact answer in terms of pi. Number 33. Okay, notice that this length would be the same. Okay, so those are congruent. So if this is 14 here, then we would have 14 up here, which is our diameter. So our diameter is 14 yards. Our circumference is just that times pi. So 14 pi yards. And number 35. Mr. Martinez is going to build the patio shown. What is the patio's approximate circumference? So our circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and we have this keyword approximate, which means that we don't need to leave it in terms of pi. We can go ahead and multiply with our calculator. So our radius, center to the edge, would be 3 plus 2, or 5 feet. So 2 times pi times 5. Let's take 2 times 5 first, which is 10. So we have 10 pi, which is approximately let's see, 31.42. 31.42 feet. So that would be part A. For part B, if Mr. Martinez changes the plan so that the inner circle has a circumference of approximately 25 feet, what should the radius of the circle be to the nearest foot? So now let me erase some of this here. And now we're only concerned about this inner circle. And we're assuming that the radius is going to be something else because we're given a new circumference. So if the circumference equals 25 feet, what is the radius? Okay, so circumference equals 2 pi r. Our circumference we are given is 25. So equals 2 pi r. And we want to solve this equation for r. So let me move that up here. So we have 25 equals 2 pi r. So to get r by itself, I need to divide by 2 pi. I need to get 2 pi to cancel out. So I divide the other side by 2 pi. Now, if you're using your calculator, make sure to put that in parentheses. So you're dividing by the quantity of the product, 2 times pi. So 25 divided by 2 pi is approximately 3.98, or about 4 feet. And that's part B. All right, down below, the radius, diameter, or circumference of a circle is given. Find each missing measure to the nearest hundredth. Number 37, we have the radius. To find the diameter, multiply by 2. So we want to take 2 times 11 and 2/5. So 2/5 would be the same as 4/10. So 2 times 11.4 is approximately 22.8. And our circumference, which is diameter times pi, will be 22.8 times pi. And we're going to round this to the nearest hundredth, which is approximately 71.63 feet. All right, number 39. We have the radius, we want to find the diameter. So the diameter is equal to 2 times the radius, or 2 times x over 8. We'll put 2 over 1. So we get 2x over 8. 2 over 8 simplifies to 1/4, so we just have x over 4. Diameter is x over 4. So circumference is that diameter times pi, or x over 4 times pi, which is equal to pi over 4x. And pi divided by 4 is approximately 0.79. So approximately 0.79x would be our circumference, depending on whatever x is.